leaves the paddock, we come back to our set, and you notice Paul LaDuca and Ron Ellis are gone, and that's a good thing, because I get to introduce you to Maureen Richardson, who joins me as our Play with the Pros guest analyst. And in the interest of full disclosure, I met you about 3 weeks ago. It was the Thoroughbred Owners of California had a first-time owners seminar. Maureen came up and said such wonderful things about TVG. You also mentioned Play with the Pros, and we couldn't work it out that weekend, but you said, I'll be back TVG Pacific Classic weekend. I said, let's do this, and you kept your word and came back. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd. It's like I just jumped into my TV set in the living room.
And be honest, is it underwhelming being on the set? Are you disappointed? Is it not what you thought it was?
I mean, it's like what you guys said with the air conditioner, the lights. This is great.
Okay, well, we're going to talk to you and what you do on a daily basis and how you got involved in racing and put your knowledge to the test here in the upcoming 5th race. This is a very good race.
Yes.
Maureen, where's home for you?
Danville, California.
Okay, and how did you get involved with horse racing?
Oh, gosh. Secretariat won the Derby when I was a little kid.
Okay.
And I only thought there were Triple Crown races until I got a place up in Lake Tahoe and went to the casino. I love Barbaro on TV, and I put money on Barbaro to win the Derby. He did, and I was forever hooked.
And when you handicap, before we get to the post parade here, what do you look for in the past performances?
Well, I'm a certified financial planner, so I look at the money first.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
You know, how much do they pay for it? Are they dumping the horse? You know, so I want to know, because capital losses, capital gains, you know, so that's my first angle.
Well, I would have to say, if you worked for me as my certified financial planner, there wouldn't be a whole lot to keep track of. Let's go to the post parade here for race number 5, starting with the one Guy Code, who I think is the horse to catch. Totally being dismissed here at 14-1. I say look out. The 2 Biltmore Boogie is scratched. Here's the 3 King Budrick, a winner 2 starts ago against starter allowance 12,500. I think this is a more difficult group today. Maureen, here's the 4 Preacher Row.
I like Preacher Row, late pace kick, and also getting out of the claiming ranks.
The 5 is Nina's Dragon, coming in from Northern California. A winner last time out, Oak Tree at Pleasanton in a moneyed allowance event. They claimed this horse for $20,000, came back and already took a purse with a $25,000 return to them. So this is a good move to come down here.
Storm coming through. This is one of my picks. It has Flavian and Prod on him, and also a nice late kick.
The 7 Chief of Staff is a 3-year-old taking on older horses here. Maybe that makes this one vulnerable as a 6-5 favorite. I think you also have to take into account 1 for 7 lifetime versus Nina's Dragon, who's won 8 times. Here's the 8 Fort Katy.
This is a surprise. This is kind of my viable long shot. I don't see anything bad with it. I don't see, you know, we'll see what happens.
Okay, all right. So Maureen already looking at a horse that a lot of people are not maybe giving consideration to at 23-1. We also heard the comments from Aaron Greider talking to Brittany Earton about the 9 Prince Charmant. And this one will be stretching out today from a 6-furlong sprint to the distance that we have of a mile, 14-1. That is your live post parade for race number 5 here at Del Mar. You have 5 minutes to get to TVG.com and play. And we are with our Play with the Pros guest analyst, Maureen Richardson. I have to say something else. Having met you 3 weeks ago, having spent some time before we came on the air, you have one of the most bubbly personalities. You immediately walk in. If we didn't have lights on the set, it would light up. Are you always this happy?
I love being at the track. How can you be unhappy at the track?
That is a great... We should put that on a bumper sticker somewhere. I noticed you brought somebody with you. There's another lady standing off behind camera who has as wide of a smile as you do. Who's over here with you?
My best friend, Janine Kugel from Omaha, Nebraska. We met at Breeders' Cup 3 years ago and became instant best friends.
So let me get this straight. You met one of your best friends because you shared a passion for horse racing.
Yep, I love the people involved with racing. My best friends are in racing. One thing I'd like to recommend is horseplayernow.com. They have a Tuesday night school. I have friends all over the country because of night school.
Okay, well, let me ask you about that, Maureen, because we talk a lot in this sport, and you're a professional in a different field, but you have a passion for horse racing, so you have a unique combination and understanding of business overall. How can we get more people involved with this sport? It's something we talk about all the time. What's the best way to market horse racing?
Well, you know, American Pharoah, we're riding the wave of that. You know, where else can you bring a whole family? You know, it costs less than $100 to come to the track.
An entire afternoon.
Yeah, you don't get gouged with parking. You know, it's a an inexpensive place to bring your family. It's fun. The people in racing are so accessible. They're so nice. You know, go up to Joe Montana after a Super Bowl game. He'd blow you off.
Yeah,
but
that's
you
right.
go up to
jockeys out here.
You go up to Bob Baffert, and you know, like you said, he's letting everybody pet American Pharoah. I mean, that's awesome.
Okay, so not only do you handicap and you play the races, we'll find out who you like in this race, but now you're owning horses too. Explain that to us.
Oh gosh, yeah, another Breeders' Cup encounter.
Okay.
And these wonderful people, they own Pure Tactics. They gave my name to the Doug O'Neill organization. I'm watching TVG.
Okay.
And the next day, I'm getting a call. Do I want to buy Avanti Bella? And I'm like, wow. And I said yes.
The financial planner didn't sit down and run through all the numbers. You just
oh
said
yeah,
yes?
I did, and my gut said yes, do it, because you know it's like having a portfolio. I participate in 3 horses on a small basis, and it's really, you know, for people that want to get involved in the game, it really doesn't take a lot of money. There's syndicates. West Point Thoroughbreds is a wonderful syndicate. Just meeting people and expressing what your goals are.
Maureen Richardson is our Play with the Pros guest analyst. What a gem we have on the set.
Thank you.
Before we get her selections, Brittany Earton has some other opinions on this race. With the field getting back towards the starting gate here for race number 5, Maureen Richardson, our Play with the Pros guest analyst, continues with me on the set just off the paddock here. Remember, if you want a chance to be part of our Play with the Pros, follow me on Twitter at ToddTVG. All right, Maureen, one final question before we get your picks. When you bet, what pools do you bet into? What wagers do you like?
Well, I like to bet small to win big.
Okay.
My favorite bet is a ladder bet. $2 to win, $5 to place, $10 to show.
Ladder bet. I like that. I like the terminology. Very good. Bringing back something when I first started out in horse racing. Okay. So give us 3 horses we could put a ladder bet on in here. Your top 3 picks in order of preference. Maureen Richardson, our Play with the Pros guest analyst, about to give her selections here in race 5.
I like 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, and 6. Preacher Rowe, who is attempting to win his 3rd race in a row, is 10 to 1. The 5, Nina's Dragon, at 7 to 2, and the 6, Stormin' Through, at 7 to 2. So let me ask you, you don't have in your top 3 picks the 7 Chief of Staff, our 6 to 5 favorite. What do you not like about this horse?
You know, because he is 3-year-old facing the 4-year-olds, I think he's a vulnerable favorite. And I think the value, I mean, I like the horse, but there's more value in the 4, 5, and 6.
Maureen Richardson, you brighten up everywhere you go.
Thank
You
you.
play against the favorites. I mean, you are one of my favorite people ever. Is there some guy out there who's lucky to have you as his own?
Oh, my husband, Jim Richardson.
All right, Jim, you are lucky you get to come home to her every night. Maureen Richardson, our Play with the Pros guest analyst. Let's see how she does in the 5th at Del Mar.
Chasing gamely, Fort Caddy coming with a late run, but it is all Chief of Staff. Too good for them. Chief of Staff gives Rafael Bejarano another one. They'll win about 6 in the end. Storm coming through got up 2nd. Then Prince Shamar. Fort Caddy was 4th.
Chief of Staff stalking that fast early pace in opening quarter mile, 22 and 1, a half 45 and 3. As they turn for home, Maureen, Chief of Staff puts away the pace, puts away the challenge of Prince Charmant, and proves to be much best. That's the one thing about this game.
Yeah.
You're going to be wrong, and on this day, we were wrong about the favorite.
Exactly, but, you know, impressive run. Great breeding, great training, very well done.
Maureen Richardson, our Play with the Pros guest analyst with me, watching Chief of Staff dominate at even money, and that's our first favorite in the Pick 6 sequence. Maureen, this has been a pleasure, and I feel like I've made a friend now that I met you a couple times at this Del Mar meeting. Your husband, Jim, is wonderful. Your best friend is wonderful. Please come back anytime, even if it's just to say hello. Is there anyone you want to say hello to out there watching on TVG?
I would like to say hi to Jeremy Plonk, Woman Person, June Moon, Marge, Tom, all my friends on horseplayernow.com.
Fantastic.
And Little Navy. Thank you.
And no wonder that she has a lot of friends. Just a magnetic personality, a lot of fun. Maureen, thank you so much.
Thank you, Todd.
Maureen Richardson, our Play with the Pros guest analyst. We're going to go back to the TVG studios in Los Angeles.